Hey guys, how you doing? Drew and Hills here, the 9010 project. Great to see you again. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we just finished up with our time in Krabi, Thailand. K-R-A-B-I, Krabi. Really cool spot, and we just wanted to give you a budget recap. So here at the 9010 project, if you don't know what we're all about, go check out some of our other videos. You can do that here. But our goal is to be wise stewards of our time and financial resources that God has given us. In overall goal to be extremely generous, to learn how to be more and more generous. And so right now we really have a focus of budgeting and lowering our living expenses. And that was something that was pretty easy to do in Krabi.
Actually a great place to be. Perfect holiday spot. A little bit out of the way. It's not your mainstream when you think of Thailand. Actually, some people do, but when you think of Thailand, it's not on the main tourist route. But once there, we found out it is on the main tourist route. There's quite a lot of tourists there.
It's very touristy.
Yep, that's one thing it definitely is, but it was absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend. Great beach. Had heaps of opportunities to walk. We walked around Krabi. We did great walks all around, up and down the beach. We walked right up to see where all the fishing boats are kept as well. And then we did, quite a bit of walking out that way, even though the weather wasn't the perfect option for us. That was one thing which did hold us back a few things, stop us from doing a few touristy things, which then in itself saved us some more money, which was quite ironic.
What we got up to while we were there, what we did in Krabi is we walked around town, got a feel for the place. We also had a really great walk over to what's called Monkey Beach, and that's a national park for them, a national park area. We walked up these rickety staircases up and down. We'll put some video of that here. All right, so I think this is called Monkey Beach. We just came down that staircase that was behind me. We're very sweaty like we always are in Thailand. And there's another beautiful, that's Anong Beach behind me. So this is a great spot to go if you're looking for just a chill, free thing to do.
Get rid of some fluids.
We are sweaty. Yeah, just quite a bit of walking. We actually just did all barefoot from the beach here. It's a really nice little path they've made, and it's a fun thing to do. We didn't see any monkeys, but thankfully we did while we were in Malaysia so far, and some of them weren't so nice, so not seeing monkeys today wasn't the end of the world. And then there was, remember that really cool floating pier? There was a floating pier, and the waves were coming in, so the whole pier was like this while we were walking on it. It was really cool.
Yeah, so neat space. We walked over there, and the area where you walk to, there's a whole resort there, which you've only got access by boat. There's no roads going in, so they've got this pier that goes out into the ocean, which is a floating one. So the waves come in, it's doing this, and it was pretty funky to get onto that. And mind you, we were told to get off it fairly quickly after we got on it, but that's okay.
Yeah,
we still got the experience.
When the weather got worse, they didn't want people on it, but there was a lot of people on it. It wasn't just us.
Yeah, and so that was neat space.
We also really wanted to snorkel while we were there. Snorkeling, if you're on a budget, is a great activity because you buy the snorkel and fins for pretty inexpensively, and you just get to use them over and over again. So we thought about investing in some snorkels, but we didn't end up buying that either because the weather was pretty bad the whole time we were there. So it was not ideal snorkeling weather.
Yeah, so it's also, we'd planned to go out to the islands, which when you think Thailand, when it's Krabi or Phuket, the islands in between both are stunning, and we planned a boat ride, which didn't come out because the weather, they couldn't get us out. So that's, the weather, it's good to know. You think about where you travel, look at the weather in future, find out what seasons are in some places, and I think we found the rainy season.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
It was still really nice.
Yeah, it gives a great opportunity to get a feel for a place, meet people because you're not doing all the touristy things, and we get to see different spaces and spend more time, seeing the local.
And then the last thing that we did in Krabi, which I really, really loved, was we got a massage together. We got a massage, and it was super affordable, and the ladies were so nice. It was actually a mother and daughter that did it.
That's
adult
crazy.
Mother and daughter.
Right in the same room, so just right next side by side. It was quite neat. So Hillary could hear all me going, "Oh goodness, that hurts," because anyway.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah, that was so good.
Okay, so what did we love about Krabi?
Oh, I loved being able to, we were sort of off the, it seemed like we're off the beaten track. We could be, there was nature nearby to us. We weren't just city built all around us. So the beach was there, and we could get out in amongst the greenery.
Another great thing was a ton of people spoke English there. Like if you're nervous about a language barrier, just go to Krabi because everyone speaks English. It was very common, so it was really easy to navigate. Another Another thing we loved was there was a ton of street food there. Food is fairly affordable, and it was really safe to walk around at all hours. And there was a lot of people walking around at all hours, so it was easy to get around and felt safe.
Yeah, and so this was the first place we've stayed at which we actually had a balcony.
Oh yeah, that was really special.
We were upgraded to a balcony, and we had views of mountain, and if we were on the balcony you could see the ocean as well, so that was really cool.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah,
all right, and then what was challenging about Krabi, I wouldn't say the cost was really challenging, but as we mentioned in our last video about Kuala Lumpur, again, you can watch that here, is that just the food prices were maybe a little bit higher, just being on the touristy end, a little bit higher than some of the other places we've been to.
Yeah, and the weather it didn't really upset us. We got out to walk out every single day. We just weren't able to get into some of the things we'd planned to do while we were there. So the weather, but that's something you can't control. And one of the things we didn't know is there is more greenery around here that people smoke than possibly what's outside. So there was a lot, every second shop was, if you like that thing, Krabi, Phuket, you're going to find
lots of green.
Lots of green around the place, and be prepared to smell it every place you go to.
Not our cup of tea, but...
no, once upon a time, I think that was probably, but that's gone those days.
And that just came with, it was just very touristy. So that probably wasn't our favorite, seeing the more tourist-centric, but it, like I said, with the language, it also did make it easier to get around, so pros and cons. And we were just gonna run through for you our budget while we were in Krabi and how we did. For food and drinks, while we were there for 4 days in total. For food and drinks, we spent $125.02.
And the accommodation, which came out for the whole time we were there, was $121.50.
Yeah, great value.
Yeah, it was awesome, and especially with the upgrade, that was crazy cool.
Yeah. Then, like we said, because of the rain, we didn't end up doing any paid activities. So activities was $0, and transport as well. We were able to walk everywhere there. It was quite quaint and small, so we didn't spend any money. $0 on transport as well.
Yeah, and as far as clothing goes, we lashed out and bought 2 headbands from there was actually a marathon being held in the day. We missed out by a few days of the marathon there, so had we have known, we would have probably planned things differently. But from the marathon experience, we got headbands.
Yeah, they had all these running shops along the beach, and we got these cool headbands that were only $3 a piece. Yeah. So our grand total for 4 days in Krabi, Thailand was $287.09, which averages out to $71.77 US dollars per day. And if you're a single traveler, that makes it $35.88 on average per day per person.
That's pretty sweet.
Very affordable, definitely within our budget. Yeah, so great spot, highly recommend.
Hey, we love hearing from you guys, so drop a comment below if you've got any suggestions, ideas, and keep watching, and we will see you next time.
Yeah,
thanks,
we'll see you in
guys.
our next video. Thanks.
Thanks.
See ya.